Welcome. So the Xperia 5 Mark II is official, and it's impressive. It brings many of the features we love in the Xperia 1 Mark II with a discount of $250 in the US. It even does some things that the bigger flagship can't, such as 4K 120 FPS video. And as an Xperia 1 Mark II owner myself, I have mixed feelings about it. And I have one big question for Sony. So let's dive in. This channel is all about smartphones and photography. I offer insights other channels don't cover, like why the Xperia 1 Mark II was a bigger deal than most YouTubers realized. I also do tutorials to help you get the absolute most out of your smartphones. So if you're interested in a helpful and honest perspective, come join our small community. So first, let's talk about the 5 things that Sony did well. 1. The same triple camera system with the 16, 24, and 70mm lenses. 2. The same Pro apps, Photo Pro and Cinema Pro, giving you manual control without having to download something off the app stores. 3. High quality audio with Dolby Atmos and DSEE, and the headphone jack that we all enjoy. 4. Durable build quality in a lightweight design, also the same that we had on the Xperia 1 Mark II. And 5. It has a great screen. It's not 4K, but the quality is quite good, and there's no notch or punch hole. But did Sony go too far? The display is faster at 120 Hz, which for some is more useful than the 4K display we have on the 1 Mark II. The touch response is also faster, which for some who like to game on their phones is more useful as well. And then the biggest difference, the 4K 120 FPS video recording. This phone packs more video firepower than the bigger flagship, and that doesn't make people like me feel so great with our Xperia 1 Mark II. But there is hope. Now Sony can't do much about the hardware differences like the 4K screen versus the fast refresh screen, but they can make software updates. And that leads us to my one big question, which is, will Sony bring the software updates from the 5 Mark II to the 1 Mark II? I'm hopeful that Sony can bring the biggest feature in the 5 Mark II, the 4K 120 FPS video recording, to the 1 Mark II with a software update, given that they both have the same processing internals as well as the same camera hardware. And we've seen rumors of this happening already. But that's not all. The Pro apps also seem to have been updated. If you take a look at TK's video here, we'll see that his Photo Pro app actually has an additional mode, MR, which is likely a manual recall mode to save settings. And this is something that we've been asking for. You also notice that the shutter button can be used to launch both Photo Pro and Cinema Pro if you hold the button a little bit longer. And this is something that's very useful, and I miss it on the 1 Mark II. I hope Sony values their Xperia 1 Mark II customers and brings as many of these features through software updates for our phones. Honestly, if I was making a decision today, the 5 Mark II is very appealing. Because for me, the camera hardware is the most important, and to get that at a $250 discount is a big deal. If you're looking to buy the 5 Mark II or even the 1 Mark II here in the US, use my link below. As a small channel, I greatly appreciate it. So what do you think? Will Sony bring these updates to the Xperia 1 Mark II? Or will they use this as a way to get people to buy the 5 Mark II? Let me know in the comments below. Also, more Xperia content is coming, so if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.